This is Mac OS Ken.
WWDC starts today. John Gruber in 3D. And marking the passing of Bill Atkinson. It is Monday, the 9th of June, 2025. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken. Brought to you by yours truly and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSCan. I wouldn't say I'm phoning it in today, but there's not as much here as there usually is. I'd put that down to a few things. Spending the weekend observing and creating art. Talking to a friend who's a couple of miles from what's happening in Los Angeles. Which is mostly nothing, by the way. I mean, not nothing, but, well, the way she explained it to me, there's a few moments where tensions rise, but most people are just kind of standing around not knowing what to do. As far as Apple news, well, it all changes in a few hours, doesn't it? The WWDC keynote goes off at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern today. Pretty much know that we're getting a new look for Apple's operating systems. We're probably getting a new naming convention, or a new numbering convention, I guess. Some people think Apple will go light on new AI announcements, while others think it will have no AI announcements. No one's expecting new hardware announcements last time I heard. I will say there is notable hostility. I don't think it's representative of everyone in the developer community. Meanwhile, I don't even know that general consumers are aware of the tension between Apple and some developers. Read an article in MarketWatch asking whether today's keynote could change investor thinking around Apple shares. You'll be surprised to find it did not offer a hard answer. Some think Apple will give developers greater access to the company's own AI underpinnings. That would certainly please developers and probably please Wall Street. Maybe not enough to send the share skyward, but it could bode well for the future. We'll find out here in a little bit. As mentioned earlier, the WWDC opening address starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. in Halifax, 6 p.m. in London, 7 p.m. in Cape Town, midnight in Jakarta. Then we slip into tomorrow as we move further around the world. Folks can watch the event planet-wide on YouTube, on Apple's site, on the Apple TV app, on the Apple Developer app, and or on Apple's developer site. Of course, if live time's not the right time for you, you'll be able to stream it again, all of those places, or grab it as a podcast, either audio or video, from Apple Podcasts. Now, if you have an Apple Vision Pro, I am very jealous. I mean, I always am for people who have an Apple Vision Pro, but especially this week. John Gruber's The Talk Show Live from WWDC 2025 will be presented as an immersive live stream this Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to do the whole list again. This is the show's second year doing the immersive thing, with presenting App Theater promising an enhanced experience that builds on a full year of platform development and partnerships. According to the press release on Daring Fireball, the live stream will be available in both 2D and 3D formats. While the 2D stream will be offered free of charge, the premium 3D immersive experience will be available for $11.99 for tickets purchased in advance, increasing to $14.99 on the day of the event, which again is tomorrow. Pay your money though, you got it for keeps. All ticket holders will receive permanent access to a pristine 6K version of the event to watch forever. There is one more reason that I'm only partly here today. I think it's tied to the death of Bill Atkinson. To say that I knew who Bill Atkinson was would be a lie. And I regret that. Jeff Raskin, Susan Kerr, Ronald Wayne, Woz and Jobs, of course. These are the names from Apple's early days that I can reel off without looking. I do remember the first time I saw Bill Atkinson's work, though. A friend of mine got a Mac when we were both in high school, and he showed me Mac Paint, and that was it, man. That's what computers were to me from then on. I mean, I didn't have one. While I did do work on a lot of Macs over the years, I wouldn't get my first Mac that was actually mine until 2005. But from the mid-80s, the Mac was what a computer was to me. My folks wouldn't get a computer until well after I left home for my younger brother and sister, and I tried so hard to get them to get a Mac because I knew that anybody in the house would be able to sit down and use it. Because that's how easy it was for me. This was before Windows 95, might have even been before Windows 3.1. I know everything was C prompts and other stuff that made computers seem impenetrable and unusable, and my brother and sister left the house with really no knowledge of how to do anything on that machine. Meanwhile, things like the marching ants marquee pattern to show when something's selected, the menu bar, things we just think of now as inherent to computers. Those things were happening on the Mac and had been since the mid-80s, thanks to Mr. Atkinson. Bill Atkinson died late last week at the age of 74. In a post on Facebook, a family member wrote, "We regret to write that our beloved husband, father, and stepfather, Bill Atkinson, passed away on the night of Thursday, the 5th of June, 2025, due to pancreatic cancer. He was at home in Portola Valley in his bed, surrounded by family. We will miss him greatly, and he will be missed by many of you too. He was a remarkable person, and the world will be forever different because he lived in it." In a very short post on 6 Colors, Jason Snell pointed out many of Atkinson's contributions, the marching ants, Mac Paint, and the menu bar I mentioned earlier. There was also the Quick Draw screen drawing system and HyperCard. An essay by Stephen Levy over at Wired highlights more of Atkinson's accomplishments, including Magic Slate, a device with a high-resolution screen that weighed under a pound and could be controlled by a stylus and swipes on a touchscreen. Working on that in the mid to late 80s, Levy says Atkinson was designing the iPad 25 years early. Leaving Apple in 1990, Levy says Atkinson soon joined several of his Mac team colleagues to form General Magic, a brilliant effort to build a handheld device that basically did everything the iPhone would do 15 years later. Once more, says Levy, it was too early. Marking his passing on the socials, Apple CEO Tim Cook said, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of Bill Atkinson. He was a true visionary whose creativity, heart, and groundbreaking work on the Mac will forever inspire us. Our thoughts are with his loved ones." In his later years, Levy's Wired essay says Atkinson became passionate about nature photography and produced several stunning collections of prints. There is an amazing array of his photographs on his site, billatkinson.com, that includes instructions on how visitors can download and print the pictures themselves, which you kinda gotta love. Then again, it is perhaps fitting for who he was. Levy recounts the first time he met Atkinson in late 1983. After showing Levy the kind of art that could be done on a Mac, Atkinson said, "The barrier between words and pictures is broken. Until now, the world of art has been a sacred club, like fine china. Now it's for daily use." He was a remarkable person, said his family, and the world will be forever different because he lived in it. I do know he changed my life, and I'm grateful. macOS Ken, brought to you by me, and supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, macOSken at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macosken.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go stare at YouTube and wait. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.